All right. Greetings, salutations, family. Hopefully, all is going well for you. Look, another episode of Fangs Up. And look, did you catch the booster meeting? If you didn't, don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna give y'all, I give you. That which I can't tell, I won't. But that which should come out, we'll share that. Make sure y'all get that information. And y'all already know what's up. It's always gonna be Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!
And that might be the knockout punch.
All right, y'all. Again, greetings, salutations. Hoping all is going well for you and yours. Look, man, another episode of Fangs Up. And I got to sit that booster meeting the other day. And it was cool. You know, nobody, nothing going crazy. Um, they didn't have me cursing too bad. Every once in a while they get me. But pretty cool meeting. Let me talk to y'all a little bit about, some of what came out of it, what I can share, what I won't share, I won't share. But because normally I'm in there on a working basis, trying to help out the good Rattlers, get some stuff going. But we'll share on that. We're gonna talk more about the golf tournament and all the other things that are coming next. Well, it's probably Sunday actually. I ain't even wait till next week. But we will talk about those things. But first thing, look, did y'all catch this NIL conversation? If not, you definitely should join in. Man, look, my guy St. Clair, we had a great time on yesterday, actually today, sorry. So it'll come out tomorrow. And we are going to talk about NIL and some other things. Liam Rooney from the Tallahassee Democrat is going to be on there talking with us and very informed. Liam's really good people. He's worked some of the FAMU games this year, so he's active in the community. But Friday, 6 p.m. on Hallelujah 95.3. You can also catch that on iHeartRadio. But you can catch St. Clair Moraine there. And feel free to check him out, man. Y'all know that's kind of my guy. I'm a little biased, but it was a pretty good conversation. We also had a fun conversation about basketball, man. So we were talking about this NBA playoffs. Yeah, no, I don't really talk about, the pro sports on here too slick, not unless it relates to FAMU. But in this case, we got a little loosey goosey. Got to joke about it. So if you are so inclined, definitely check out St. Clair and I on Hallelujah 95. Again, it's a good time to be had by all. It's always a good time when St. Clair's around. Like, just saying. But in this particular day, we definitely had some fun. We laughed, and I think St. Clair learned the level of nerdiness and sports fanaticism I have. What's up, man? Oh man, look, we need somebody over there. I ain't gonna say nothing, but we need somebody over there on the beach. I ain't gonna be too petty today. Now, if you're in the family volleyball, hopefully you caught it, saw it. If you didn't, here's a notification. They are doing a volleyball camp. Go check out the coaches for the SWAC champions. It felt good to say that. Remind people that the champs are here. The champs are in Tallahassee, Florida, and multiple camps. They're having the high school prospect camp, regular prospect camp, team camps. A lot of good things going on with family volleyball. Okay, go check them out, man. Look, appreciate him checking in over the waters. Appreciate it. I can't put the other thing up there. It violates my orange and green ism. Even though I know some great Wildcats, one of which is Mr. Linwood Carter. He's a great Wildcats and graduate of Bethune-Cookman University. So got hold a lot of high regard for. Good man to cap off the side too. So, it's always a bonus. It's one thing to be like a great person. It's another thing to be a great person and a noob. It don't get much better than that. That's your uncle? Then look, I could tell you some amazing things about that gentleman, but y'all would really think I'm just like brown nosing, and I would be just telling the truth about an awesome dude. Really good people, man. So good family too. So like good people though. But yeah, man, look at that. Look, be careful how you talk about people. That's why I be telling folks, look, you never know. So you can say, tell them, hey, he shouted you out on the show. You know, that's my dude though. But FAMU basketball camps do got something going on. If you're interested in FAMU basketball, though, ladies, look, we got a commitment. Look, Sabu Guy, I'm guessing. I'm not gonna mess up her name. Transferred to New Mexico State. So they said she recommitted. Evidently, she was in the fold before and decided to go away. And sister girl's back home. So, and this is from the Senegalese government. I believe Senegal. They put something up there. Pretty cool. Not gonna lie. So I'm interested to see what this looks like. I got a little more faith in the women's basketball right now. Men's basketball, I don't not have faith, but where's the beef, bro? Need some size. Like we got some guards. You know, don't get me wrong. They still most of them taller than me, anyways, and they can still dunk. I can't dunk no more, but and they definitely shoot better than me. Basketball is never my thing, but yeah, man, we need a little size, a little height, man. But mentioning men's basketball, look, delving into this a little bit, giving y'all a little bit of booster stuff early. Bro ain't been paid. Like, bro ain't collected the check yet, and it's not because the AD shucking and jiving. What's up, Tamara T? It is definitely because kind of when he came in, and even the boosters, tried to break off the brother a little check, and his check got held up. So supposedly, according to the AD, this ain't from no blogs and nothing. It's from the AD's mouth. I can't call the lady a horse. I'm sorry. Y'all call her worse than that. I ain't gonna start. But she was like, "Oh, that brother ain't been paid since April." So I don't know if you was like eyes, but look, I've been needing my check. So but they did release his contract information. Rattler Blog Nation shared that, as well as HBCU game days. So, y'all know I give credit where credit's due. And one of the things, he gets a bonus if we get over $600,000 in guaranteed money. And okay, I mean, I get that. I mean, because he's pretty much, if he gets 600, then as a total, he really getting 570. So he paying himself and a few other people. But and you can see what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So I'm guessing in there that's that 300 in those games. Yeah. Only one that may be winnable. I think TCU, SMU, Maryland ain't what they used to be. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm just going on let y'all take y'all behind that curtain back there. Brothers working on a little something to share with the alumni association just for some ideas how we can make it better. I'm like I got a little bit of Anderson Pack in me. Do I want to make it better? Absolutely. And I ain't gonna even sing to you. But one of the things that I think personally, and I know ONG's kind of here, I've done a whole show on this before. Like we need to do better scheduling. And one of the things we need to do better about scheduling, I was told we might get UCF back on the schedule next year. Now y'all know I don't mind looking up, look, I don't mind checking the schedule to see if it's up there. But if that's so, as a fan, I love that. I need more UCFs. I need more, just more teams that want a regional, but teams that you might actually have a snowball's chance in hell of beating. Like, and for those who want to say it, this is UCF's basketball schedule on their website. They only got one game up there. So before you start getting up there, hey, we ain't never got our stuff together. It's not just the HBCUs. The PWI, which is the second largest school in the nation, they don't have a schedule either. So, just want to make sure I put that up there. Yeah, I know I stand on data. And so for those who in the back who want to argue it, you can argue it all you want. But at the same point, it's not there. And let me make sure. I'm sorry. I thought y'all could see it. Let me come back over here. Control V for the people at the back. There you go. UCF doesn't have their basketball schedule up either. They got one game. So it's not just us. Like you can kind of piece together FAMU schedule too, but we are not the only school that doesn't have our basketball schedule up. So yeah, I know I stand on data, and as my front, I mean my back. Sorry, Randy. As Randy would say, I stand on business. What's up, little baby? How you doing? You still at work? Hey, I understand, man. Look, it's summer school right now. I've been getting it in my dang himself. But look, coach does get a bonus. And so I appreciate that. You did get to see, man, a lot of his bonuses though, man, trash. Like I get it's not a revenue producing sport at FAMU, but man, this we talking like we make the NCAA tournament. This brother gets like $1,000. Like, and look, y'all again, y'all know I argue with data. I stand on facts. I don't just stand on my opinion. I will share my opinion gladly. But look, let me hit up the HBCU game day article. I don't know who wrote it. I want to say Vaughn, but that's reckless and irresponsible and me guessing right now. But I'm gonna guess Vaughn. But here we go. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Recent reports. And Wabe Pitt. Whoops, my bad. Give credit where credit is due, my brother. So here's the article right here. So for those of y'all who want to go up there, look and read, and they do give credit to people. They give sources, which I love that. Public records from Glassdoor talk about how the school's private information is up there, how they got the information from the private school. But for his current salary, he works in the state of Florida. So you can see his salary on the state's website. So you can check any state employees' website in the state of Florida, even FSU's football coach, which you'll see where the state ain't paying him no multi-million dollars. He's capped at like a couple 100,000, everything else from boosters. But you can see right here, they actually provide and told you, hey, Sunshine Laws is how they got the information. Again, provide facts, data, and information that I can point to. But you can start to see, like, man, some of these bonuses, 2,000 bonus if he achieves a graduation rate of 85%. That's cool. And there's an APR incentive for 960, $1,000 for a conference championship, $2,000 for winning the SWAC tournament. Uh, I'm sorry, we don't give a damn about basketball at FAMU. $2,500 for an NCAA tournament appearance, $5,000 for winning a game, and $1,000 for each tournament win after that, and $15,000 bonus if FAMU makes the Final Four. So yeah, we don't care about basketball. And I'm not saying we should be like breaking the bank. Like that's not my suggestion. It's just you start looking at the bonuses, and you could tell. And we could give two poops about basketball at FAMU. Like that's not our sport. It's not our bag, and it's not our concern. Like, po brother. But the last basketball coach didn't get a lot of support either. So I mean, not all on him. But I think the biggest thing that stood out to me, like I said, this brother been working for the low price of free 99 for like he got here April. We're in June, about a month and a half. This brother been working for free 99, and the last job paid him about 35 to 60K. This brother's getting like teacher salary. Like, and I ain't talking about like, I'm talking about state teacher salary at a division 2, 3, whatever division it was, college. And now he's coming to FAMU, and this brother ain't been paid in a few months. Man, look, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I know what the struggle be like during the summer when a brother ain't working. You like, phew, let me find something to do because sitting around this house and spending light bill money ain't it. This brother ain't been paid in like 2 months. Man, you're a better man than me. I'd have cussed out a few people and call a few folks by their government names. I'm just saying that I could be wrong. You could judge somebody, but look, try Jesus, don't try me. Cause I fight and I cuss. Look, that's woof. Look, one thing we gonna do, make sure we got a yard. What? I ain't for it. But look, that's kind of some of the tea. But football, you got some offers that came out, man. You got JaVale Fredericks. Sorry, struggled with his name a little bit. 6'6", 289. It's from Daphne, Alabama. It's crazy. I struggled with Fredericks, and I said Daphne like I've been saying it my entire life. But that is what, South Alabama, not too far from Pensacola. That's off the top of my head. You can Google map me on you want, but I'm pretty sure that's where Daphne is. Let's see. I'll double check. Daphne. I see water. Let me see. Look. Dang it. Come on, man. I was trying to like see how right I was. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, I was right. Sorry. I'm petty. I like being right. The other one is Michael Lundy Foster, which if you a Tallahassee native, kid from Childs. Look, every once in a while, look at Childs. Y'all put some kids out there. 2026 kid, and all these guys, high school kids, man. So you start to see the ways of recruiting is what it is. Look, okay. Look, I love the conversation. Then Riley Wilson, 6'4", 285, defensive line from Largo. So if you're a fan, you may have the question, much like me with the basketball team, where's the beef? Well, I'm just telling you right now. Yeah, your football coach, he's making sure he answers that question. You can see the defensive line and offensive lines are going to be places of priority, and they're going to be premium positions that he ain't playing no games on. He's recruiting them spots right now. Also, did y'all catch? Did y'all see? Look, the Rattler that keeps making you proud. Like, I'm just saying, Marquise Bell, and you would think Marquise Bell would be like superstar level. When I tell you, humble dude, like one of the most humble people you could ever meet. Got a nice award from the Black College Hall of Fame, with Player of the Year. This brother not only, like, okay, we bragging a little different on him, but part of it is because this brother comes in as a safety, plays a year in the NFL as safety, and has a good year. Then comes around, switches to linebacker, has a pretty decent season. He's out of position, but still, really into that playoff game, you ain't really noticed it that much. Then they go back to putting it at safety, and it looks like, oh yeah, he's gonna be a natural fit. Like, I'm just saying, man. Like, what's up, Cal? You can definitely build the specialist off the transfer portal. I agree, and I'm excited to see it. Like, I want to see what this team looks like because we've seen with the portal. I think, and I'm glad that you mentioned that with the portal. I think you're going to be able to get those skill positions out of the portal more than you will the defensive line. Defensive line, offensive line, those are going to be premium positions, in my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but it seems like if you're an elite defensive lineman, the ability, for you to jump from one level to another, meaning level like FCS to FBS, is a whole lot easier. What's up, Edwin? I don't know, man. So yes and no. I was on my best behavior the other night because I was with family and I couldn't cut up too much because I know. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all, me and Brian aren't the ones. You ain't got to worry about me and Brian. AD Drew is the one. Don't leave me in a room with AD Drew. Like, I love that man, but we can't act together. Like, you get him, Kelvin, and I in a room together, and we will throw subtle shots. And them brothers are informed. So, especially AD Drew, like, you may not realize how well connected that brother is. That brother be knowing the T, and we be dishing jokes left and right. Like, I believe that was that the SWAC championship? That after that game, I might have been that at homecoming. Man, we went to Kelvin's spot. I ain't gonna say the name because I ain't gonna mess it up for you, cuz we were dying laughing. Like, I did not realize, like, that was my first time around AD Drew, but I didn't realize we just couldn't be around each other. Like, we don't know how to act. We don't. Like, look, and with Brian throws shuttles. He throws some subtle shots. Like, Brian will catch you and he'll say something, and he'll say in his Brian voice, like, and you'd be like, "Dang, bruh." Like me, I don't care. Brian be trying to be like nice a little bit still, and AD just be honest, and it'd be funny, and he start laughing, and you like, so yeah. But I can't promise I'm on my best behavior today. I might be up to some little something. Um, while we still got y'all with the football thing though. Look, sometimes we forget to order stuff the right way. There we go. And I'll move it like that, so that way, look, y'all, if I didn't tell you, you would know. But they do have the prospect camps coming up, man. 5 days. So and this is something Willie Simmons probably, I'll give him credit. I can't think of another coach that really had this going. Willie Simmons brought this to FAMU. Didn't bring it to town because obviously, if you're a Tallahassee native, man, Bobby Bowden had football camps when I was a kid. Mike Martin, had baseball camps going forever. Like, FSU's been doing this for years. So now this is some FAMU's doing. And to be honest with y'all, if you've never gone to one of these camps, it's a revenue producer for the schools. Like, I remember you may have seen some of the pictures last year when I went to UCF for one of their camp days, and we were in the indoor practice facility, and all them kids had paid money, good money, to be at those camps. And it was a decent little shot in the arm when you start looking at that. So, another way for athletics to continue to increase, one, its amount of revenue it brings in, but also put some money in the coffers of some of the coaches. Like, you start thinking, you notice these aren't just camps for high school kids. These camps for the little kidders too. So, they getting out there, and you get a week away from the whatever's, man, shoot. Some of y'all be too happy to put your little pop on a child over there and let them get worn out in that 100-degree heat. Man, shoot. Big Red is undefeated. So if you are interested, they are doing 9th through 12th grade, $60, which isn't a bad price. We ain't got no indoor practice facility. But if I remember correctly, the UCF was charging 100 and something. Like, granted, they got an indoor practice facility. I think they fed the kids too. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna feed the kids as well. And if you're like junior, senior year, it's a good way to get eyes on you. Like, just, oh, what's my over under for the football season? Whoo, boy, Calvin, you look, you done jumped out there already. Shoot, I think at worst you lose 2 games, maybe 3. But I think if I included a postseason game, I think 3 losses. We're gonna go through the season game by game, kind of look at it. But if I had to give you the rough one, I think UM's a L. I think Troy's gonna be closer than some of you think. I think it becomes an L. But if we're healthy going into that Troy game, because you got a week between that one and Miami, you might be able to sneak up on them. And that's a bus ride too. That's gonna take some out of you too, though. That's a 3-hour bus ride. Outside of that, man, only other team I really would like talk about is Alabama State. Everybody else, I don't see them. I don't see them, boss. Like, I got no faith in Alabama A&M because I don't trust Carnell Maynor. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's kind of like I'm a little jilted. He hurt me, and it hurt. I had faith in him. I believed in him, and he betrayed my trust. He went up there and delivered another average behind season, and I can't do it. Like, look, with Andrew Body, I mean, we hadn't got to the Alabama State game yet, but look, bro, we're gonna delve into them waters. Look, Alabama State's that's the new rival, and they got the facilities. Like, I'll say this, and I'll say this on wax: if FAMU had some of the facilities Alabama State had, extra problem. Like, just ride. You don't have a choice if you're going through Montgomery. Ride by the stadium. And matter of fact, go inside a little bit and check out the softball field, the baseball field. Hell, go look on their website. I'm just saying, they are facilities wise, in the East, they probably got the best facilities in the East. PV's probably got best facilities, period. Which, Willie Simmons helped build some of the facilities, but Now the other one, and we mentioned this a little bit. Look, y'all on TV a lot this year. Well, it's nice to be the champs. Look, you got number 69 out there letting y'all know 11 games. Look, Norfolk State game, that one might be closer. No, I don't. Dawson Odom is one of them dudes. He just good for like putting on a game and stealing one that he ain't supposed to, win, and then lose to somebody like Delaware State. You just like, what the heck? How? Like, I'm just saying, that's gonna be an interesting one. South Carolina State, man, that's another one. I think we win that, but don't sleep on that coach, man. Chennis Berry, your brother can coach. Miami, yeah, it is what it is. Look, but 11 games on TV, ABC, ESPN Plus, ACC Network, ESPN Plus, ESPN Plus, ESPN Plus. ESPN Network means probably any ESPN Plus. Same thing with the Southern game. So pretty much everything right now is going to be on like ESPN Plus, except for the opening game and the game. Like we could probably break it down like that. Like, and look, you're not wrong, Calvin. Like, this got to be the year. Like, if you're an Alabama State fan, and I might have to, pull a Herb on this and say, Herb, what's up, man? This is the year. Like, and when you petty, man, didn't show up ain't the word, man. This narcissist, that brother, man, look, he came off that season. He was talking cash money to Dion. I'm thinking, oh yeah, brother said it was his chest. And shoot, man, Cardo made it just that hurt. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. That hurt my pride. I put a little standards on them, man. I was trying to support them. I was trying to be a fan. Didn't happen. Now, episode's titled Boosted, partially because I was in the booster meeting. Came away. Honestly, I'm gonna say it like this. AD Sykes did what she could to endear herself to the public. Like, granted, when I asked her a question, she kind of cringed a little bit, like, what does nigga want? Like, you should have seen her face. Like, you can see the thing up there. I took it down, put my name up, had my 1911 shirt on, I was like, I'm gonna do everything I can to try to, make it look like I'm trying to be nice. And I asked her a question. And it was a good question, though, in my opinion. But it wasn't anything to shake her up. Like, I didn't try to trip her. Like, I wasn't trying to be like, hey, AD, whatever that lady taps you on the shoulder. I ain't doing like that, y'all. Because honestly, I told you I don't dislike the lady. Like, I have no problem with AD Sykes. So there's no reason for me to ask that kind of question. Like, for me to ask that kind of question is petty. Like, and it's really messy because I ain't seen no video. I ain't seen no this. I just seen it read the same thing you read. So I'm not gonna sit up there and like rub salt in the wound. Like, no, I'm gonna stand on the business that you presented. And when you get to this point, we'll talk about whatever you presented. So one of the things she talked about was I don't think recruiting going well. Gotta protect Andrew Body. Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. When it comes to Alabama State, we're gonna talk about that. Part of the reason I'm really like dragging my behind a little bit is because partially the transfer portal makes this hard as hell. But also, I'm like, y'all, and I hate to give out Alabama State this much time. I don't hate Alabama State either. Like, they were good people. When I was up there the other month, they were cool. But I'm with y'all. What kind of offensive line have you provided to protect this quarterback? Because what we saw at Texas Southern was trash juice. And I'm not talking about Andrew. Like, they did nothing to help him. Like, he had Quan at receiver, which we don't know if we're going to have him at receiver. But, Quay Davis. I said Quan. Just saying. Like, and who is he throwing to? Like, I've been trying to encourage the single rattlers to slip in her DM, and a female rattler finally told me that she is engaged. Who's engaged? Edwin. Hey, you drop that in chat. I ain't gonna say nothing. Oh goodness. Look, I ain't trying to holler at her. I'm good. But look, you drop that in chat. I know some friends who've been trying to get put on game. Uh, telling you, look, that's why she okay. Yeah, them skirts got a little long, huh? Look, first came in, boy. But that calf was up there, boy. You could see her. Are you trying to get a tan? Okay, AD, I see you. Look, she been kivered up. Had a Mary J. Blige shades on the other month. Told y'all, look, I ain't being funny today. But no, she was really cool, man. They were in Las Vegas. They're actually still in Las Vegas. Um, for a mandatory NCAA regulation rules event. And they're also doing a meet and greet. So if you're in Las Vegas and you watch the Fangs Up podcast, tell everybody else to watch it. It's like, look, tell them like, subscribe, tell them to like on Facebook too, man. We need to get those likes up on that page. But in actuality, man, like one of the things that she was really talking about, she talked about the APR. She also talked about trying to fix it. And she talked about the strike tour, which I like how she brave. She's a better person than me. They added Washington, D.C., and they go into all the other places, Washington, D.C., Jacksonville, South Florida, which is pretty much like Broward, Miami area, Chicago, Atlanta. But one of the things and that she was really just talking about was just, thanking the boosters, but then just filling them in, which that was pretty cool. We had some things to do with boosters, but man, because they actually bought some blowers for the football field, and she kind of talked about some of the damage that was done to the stadium. And look, this is where I thought she was slipping. I ain't gonna lie, no disrespect, AD Sykes, but man, I asked you that question because I feel like you're slipping. Look, I'm gonna say it like this: I would have told the alumni how much it cost to do the repairs, because she was like, "Oh yeah, we got FEMA money to cover that." Who needed to hear that? Shoot, hey, that light broke. That's $20,000. Rattler Nation, you help a brother out? I'm just saying. Now, whether or not, FEMA covering the bill or not, I'm just telling you how much it costs. Once it hits my hand, it's clean money. What I do with it is what I do with it. Like, I ain't trying to trick you. But at the same point, just letting you know, Florida University Athletic Department, we're here for you, beautifying and improving your fan experience. Look, I'm just saying that was some of the stuff that I think we kind of miss on. And, I do appreciate her transparency though. Like, don't be sneaky like that. Be better than me. But I would have straight up said, hey, y'all, we doing some repairs to the stadium. It costs this much. But, we also, what's up, JT? But we also got some FEMA dollars to cover it. But if you want to continue to donate to the Rattler Athletic Fund to further help FAMU athletics, I'd appreciate it. I'm just saying, and look, whether you need it or not, it's going to cost some money. Like, you always need more of one thing, money. It don't matter. And especially when we're seeing that Bragg is pretty much a new stadium. And even as a new stadium, you have at least $8+ million thing that needs to get redone. The plumbing. Just saying, all dollars help. Like, so just a thought. But I do appreciate that she was transparent. Like, that's why I was honest. Oh, and look, it was those FEMA dollars come in slow. That's government money. Hey, it is. But how long they was up there using FAMU as a government site for them COVID shots. Maybe they still doing us favors for that. I don't know. But again, that's just me. And on the other side, I think that's how you could have got some improvements done to the stadium. Like, hey, we got FEMA covering and doing some repairs, but we try to do some upgrades to the stadium too. Like, honestly, at this point, when you're talking about the stadium upgrades and things like that, this is where you just release your idea for making the stadium better. And when this dude was supposed to give you $200 million and it disappeared, you were quickly like, oh, we're gonna redo the field house. Where did that go? Like, just because his money went away doesn't mean the need went away with it. There's a need for an improved field house because while you're not seeing these schools go across the nation and just build new stadium, build new stadium, build new stadium, they are improving what they got. I mean, you got your Northwesterns where Ryan Field was old as hell. Like, I'm sorry, no disrespect, but the stadium was old as hell. And when you were watching on TV, it was kind of like, I mean, this is fun to watch and fun to play on the video game. But if I was an athlete, you gonna send me here, or you gonna send me to like, Indiana or Louisville. Louisville. I'm gonna pick Louisville over that school anytime. And so some of that was to keep up with the arms race as an HBCU. Again, I just mentioned Alabama State. Go look at their stadium and go look at Bragg. Their stadium is impressive. It is because it towers above you. You can see it from the road. Like, it looks really nice, and it's about the same same size, excuse me, as Bragg. But if you were to say, hey, we are doing maybe not even a capital gains program, but even some type of, hey, Rattler Athletic Fund, we need to build a field house, renovate this one, or tear this down and start over. Give us a timeline. Tell us how long, how much it's going to cost, and let's start on it. Because what should have happened was that when the money went away, you should have went out there and stated, hey, y'all, I just told y'all how much it's going to cost. We still need this for our athletes. And then use that as a way to generate revenue. Because that was the other thing that she had. That was a great idea. It wasn't just a new field house. It was an area where you could start having more box seating, luxury boxes, yada, yada, yada. All of a sudden, you weren't just giving us a space that was brand new. You were giving us a space that generated revenue. And we're not the only school struggling. Again, not that, and they're not the competition, but not to consistently send y'all back to HBCU game day. But did you see the interview they had with Tennessee State's athletic director? His brother said they were operating the red. I stopped when I said that on purpose because you, me, and other folks like, oh, she's bragging about being $500 in the black. Tennessee State's in the red. FAMU's $500 in the black. Tennessee State's in the red. I'm just saying, like, for the people who didn't hear it, like, she balanced the budget. Like, again, I'm not an AD Sykes homer. I'm definitely a Rays fan. So I'm probably gonna be at that baseball game. Look, I got the baseball game behind me right now. We just tied up. But when that money disappeared, the need didn't. I think for the next booster meeting, is she there? I might ask, hey, are we still contemplating doing that thing with the field house and just asking the alumni and the supporters to just try to fund it and then maybe see about, I mean, I don't know how well you can float a bond, anything like that. I mean, that's kind of next level thinking. But I'm just saying, like, and look, speaking of stadium, should I be concerned about the field turf still having the high school logos out there? Yes. Because I'm pretty sure you just scrub that off and then you refill it in. Like, I know that's a process, but yeah, high school playoffs ended 6 months ago. There's no reason that it's still on your field. Like, I will say this, unless the FSHAA is cutting a check where, hey, FAMU is going to be the official site again, and they're going to pay you, as y'all seen in the last couple of weeks, the NCAA approved where stadiums can sell parts of their field and pretty much use it as advertising. I mean, sure, I ain't got no problem with it. But if they getting it for free 99, that's enough free stuff at FAMU. You get baseball free, softball free, tennis free. Hell, a lot of your track events are probably free unless they're at Florida State or some other place. So, nah, you get enough free stuff from FAMU. We need for this to be monetized. So, yeah, that's a concern. And little baby, you're right. Most schools are in the red. FSU reported $2 million in the hole. Yep, but that's why they have Seminole boosters. So, um, considering she did balance the budget though, at least that's what she said. Look, you give what credit's due. The little baby's right. Most schools operate in the red. She operated in the black. I mean, you can get mad at all you want to, but you know, it is what it is. Look, get a sponsor for the baseball field and get new turf sold. I'm just saying, that's been needed. Been needed. Now, again, back to the basketball coach. Look, the boosters gave funds, and the brother hadn't got that money yet. So that was a problem. I know folks kind of trying to, you know, make sure stuff gets done the right way, because if you pay him before he's officially a FAMU employee or whatever, I guess that's a problem. But at the same point, we couldn't have snuck him in there at the end of the fiscal year. I mean, I'm just asking for a friend, because it looks bad as a program when you got somebody out there recruiting and they're getting nothing for it. Like no payola, no cash. Like that was crazy. Now the other thing though, they are doing some stuff for these national champions. That was cool. And the one thing I did ask, they are going to resell the rings, and I appreciated this. I told y'all, and I'm mad I didn't record it. I don't record the booster meetings partially just because I ain't trying to betray nobody's trust. But hey, I'll talk about what I can talk about. But yeah. But she did talk about the rings. Remember, I was like, yo, why aren't we selling these rings anymore? You know, some people want rings. My pops was like, yo, I want a ring. You know, and it's like, hey, they stopped selling them. She said, hey, they're gonna be back on sale. And I like she gave a reason. She was like, hey, they stopped selling them so that they could produce the ones that are already ordered. Okay, that's cool. I can go along with that. But at the same point, for that company, you can't just do like a back order, like just keep a roll. Just say, hey, give people a timeline. It's gonna take this long. Go. That's asking a lot, but I'm just saying, you know, there ain't nothing wrong with saying something might be backlogged for a while, telling people it's gonna take a few months to get there. Look, my bobblehead, that thing took like 7 months to get here, maybe almost a year. But I ordered, I paid for it, and I was like, we don't give us stuff. And they finally gave it to me. So I was like, all right, we're cool now. I don't know if I order something again from them though. So I guess that's kind of a way of protecting your brand though, because I kind of like, but that was good to hear, because again, look, you are building demand for the supply. You are, like, because now people have seen them rings and they want the rings. I ain't gonna lie, look, I kind of want a ring. Also, shameless plug. Look, and I gotta check my email, see if the equipment guy hit me back up. Y'all know they still selling jerseys. Buddy's like, we got like thousands of jerseys. I'm like, okay. Like, I know Dad that will listen to the show. So quietly. That's what his Father's Day gift was supposed to be. A FAMU jersey. And my dad's got a affinity for the baseball program. So that's the thing I was looking to get him. So I'm gonna see if my man gets back to me. So you got the championship bobblehead? No, I got the matter of fact, I got two of them. My mom got me one. I haven't opened them yet. Y'all know, look, I be having stuff back there. Look, I got the Rattler bobblehead. So I think they got the Miss FAMU one too. Look, y'all, don't be sleeping back on the back table now. We got stuff up here. Look, one of my FAMU cups trying to fall now. Look, told y'all, look, this is my old one. I actually used it. Look, I got all kind of FAMU merch back here. I got, look, the mini thing. That's a FAMU blanket back there. Look, I ain't trying to stunt too hard, but look, I got multiple FAMU blankets. I don't even take them out. Like that one, I'm waiting till a good cold day down here. Either that or like wait till like Chroma when I go home and it's like 20 degrees in Tallahassee over the winter break, and just get my spot on the sofa and just I'm telling y'all, look, I'm a real Rattler out here. Like, is that the brown liquor cup? No, no, no. This look, the brown liquor goes in the flask. And I don't drink out of this one. It's just for decoration. So look, you got my shield on it. But no, no, no. The brown liquor goes into my glasses. I have giving y'all too much information, but my aunt Gloria gave me her late husband's pretty much. He had a collection of whiskey glasses, and as a kid, I always went over there and played with the whiskey glasses, and she gave me all of them. And so when I moved down to Orlando, that was one of my gifts. Auntie Gloria, look, Auntie Gloria was a godsend multiple times, many a days. You get Auntie Gloria care package, you're like, oh, look at God. So, but yeah, so I don't have any of my whiskey glasses here. Otherwise, I show off, man. Look, I got like Bart Starr whiskey glasses, like Canadian Club 1976. Like, nice stuff. I done looked at some of that stuff on Amazon, like, dang. Or eBay, like, man, this is kind of expensive. And Auntie was too glad to give it away. So, but no, that's not the brown liquor glass. Honestly, a lot of times I just put it in the Starbucks cups. Just keep it moving. Uh, anyways, but look, she did talk about APR scores. One of the things though about the APR scores, and that's why they are in Las Vegas. She gave the T, like, I'm gonna give AD Sykes credit. Like, she opened up a little bit. Like, she had a lemon booty when I asked her the question because she didn't know where I was coming from. But once she saw it wasn't malicious, she was like, okay, cool. And I think that's important when you're in those spaces, especially when it's a place where they're entrusting you to, like, not be a butt. You don't do it. Like, there's always a time and place for you to be that kind of person if that's you. But I'm not that kind of person, so for me, in order to make sure I show I respect her, I'm not gonna ask that kind of question, especially in public. Like, if I was like cool with her, down with her, we best friends, I might ask as a friend, like, you good, dog? But we ain't friends. Ain't no need to pretend. Um, that's my AD, and I want her to win. Because when she wins, FAMU wins. And when FAMU wins, I'm happy. But those APR scores, that was cool. Like, she actually went in and told you how she fixed it and kind of told you how much she spent to do it. Like, that was tight. Like, she talked about, the 16s with 1,000, which is the highest score you can get. That was cool. The other part that I really liked, she talked about correcting APR scores. And that was where I was like, yeah, you won that. Because she said that we spent about $500,000 to fix APR scores. And a lot of that was the kids going to summer school. And those students who were right there on the cusp, going in there and fix it. And then also she talked about how we got Nike, some of the money Nike sent to help with that. And she also talked about the importance of those scores and how we got to play on postseason play because, one, we used a waiver, and she's planning on using another waiver. And one of the questions, give out credit to Mike Reed, just looking out. Y'all know Mike does the travel packages, everything like that. Look, Mike ain't give me no donations for saying that. That's just, me trying to help you recognize who Mike is. But Mike's that dude. But he asked the question, like, it was before my question, and I was like, dang, she didn't know the answer. But there's a certain score. So 930 is the multi-year score you need to gain access to the playoffs. Yeah, we ain't been there in a while. And so that was definitely a point of consternation because, I mean, Mike was like, so what score do we need to get there? And we didn't get an answer in the moment. And honestly, I didn't know the answer. So I was like, man, far be it from me to sit up here and lie. But it's based on the 4-year average. Y'all know we stand on data. So let's pull it up. Look, if y'all haven't seen, this is the APR calculator thing they use. So Well, football, we're lazy. We hit the letter F, and we hit Florida A&M. And let's see. So we'll go back to 17, 18, and we'll just search, just see what it looks like. So 923. Okay. I don't know if that was included in there. 18, 19, 931, 2020, 2021, 901, 21, 22. Damn. 898. That's the killer. That'll do it. And then this year, looks like we got a 906 from 22, 23. So you can see for Mike Reed and anybody who want to see. Sorry about that. That 800, I forgot about that. That 906 is definitely way below that 930 that you need. So yeah. So and so yeah, and so you get, and she talked about the filters. The filters are what you use to be able to get in there. And she talked about the multiple low years, the COVID years, waived in that. But if not for the waiver, she mentioned that we would not have been able to play in the Celebration Bowl. And she's actually mentioned while they're in Las Vegas, they're supposed to get the math on what the APR scores need to be, or what the not APR scores, sorry, what those multi-year scores need to be. So yeah, God, dog, that multi-year race. 906 better than what it was, but man, that 21, 22, 898, that's a killer. So yeah. And she also pointed out like how we lost some of those points. And here we go. Edward, 4-year average is just under 930. I believe your 2-year average needs to be 950. However, NCAA is granting grace for last time for the COVID year. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, that wasn't great. But yeah. And then she pointed out part of the reason we lost points was due to some of the guys who transferred in and didn't finish. And so you're starting to notice, especially with the guys that are transferring in, a lot fewer seniors. You're noticing a lot of guys that are kind of juniors and sophomores. Those are target athletes. They're trying to target people who can come to FAMU and who can graduate, because once they graduate, helps your APR. But and Edwin's right. There are a few SWAC schools with concerns about where they would be for 25, 26. Look, hopefully they got waivers. I ain't gonna lie to you. She honestly stated she plans on using that waiver. Like, it's not a I might use it. Nah, she's like, yeah, yeah, let me get that big joker ready, because as soon as they come across the table, yeah, like she was not playing. She was dead honest on that. And she also talked about the probationary status, which I did not know is on the FAMU website, which she learned me something on that. And I was like, I've never seen that before in all my years of watching the FAMU website. And she was right. She's like, oh, it has to be on the website. She was, I ain't gonna lie, she was technical with it. And it is down here, right there where it says NCAA infraction case. Sorry, my mouse did something crazy. And it threw me off. If you click there, it'll take you to what it was. And honestly, it's for players that were ineligible. And she actually stated there was a fine that FAMU's been paying for that. So FAMU's been on probation for like 7 years. And yeah, I think the fine is like $100 and some $1,000 this year. So you're thinking about, for like the past maybe 7 years, you've been just giving $100,000 to the NCAA because guys weren't graduating. So that was crazy. Like, but it was, again, and that's why I said that booster meeting. And I talked to my guy. I said, yo, can we get this to the masses? And he's like, oh, can you like chop it into this? I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not at that level of editing right now. Like, nah, I'm not there. and then all we had is audio. So yeah, nah. Now, again, I told you about the stadium repairs, but shout out to Boosters. They bought the muscle milk again. So I saw somewhere or somebody asked by, hey, what's up with the deal with muscle milk? We just pay for that. Like, and I'm saying we because I'm a booster. And I just got my form from um, cousin Melody yesterday about renewing, and I will be renewing in a few weeks. Probably tell you, I'm probably waiting till July. But they bought muscle milk for the sports teams. They're probably going to buy another pallet of muscle milk. It's not really one of those things where they're working on like the contract deal, whatever, where it's like distributor, whatever. They just buy it and give it to the kids. Like, I can lie to you, I can just tell you pretty much what they're doing. Boosters just pay for muscle milk and just make sure they provide it. So, yeah, man, like those were some of the cool things. I think the most touching thing of the night though was they were trying to honor Eddie Jackson. And they were talking about because he was a life member, but he was a subscriber member, meaning like you pay for it as you go, whatever, whatever. That's your cousin too? Yeah, man, it's McKen Peoples. But they were like, all right, we can make him honorary. And AD Sykes at first was like, she kind of listened to it and she kind of made the face and she's looking like, what are y'all talking about? And she finally was like, how much does he owe? And they said how much, and she's like, I'll cover that. And so I was like, dang, you didn't have to do that. Now at the end of the day, yeah, some of the boosters that stepped up and were like, look, we got this, But the fact that she hadn't been here but a year and a half, 2 years, maybe, and was like, nah, I'll just cover that. I thought that was pretty cool. And it wasn't a super significant number, but it wasn't insignificant. I mean, you're talking a couple $100. Like, we all been there where a couple $100 might as well have been a million. Like, everybody been there. So for her just to come out there and be like, I'll cover it. She ended up, like I said, getting it taken care of. I thought that was pretty cool, man. So I think one of the things going forward, and I'm gonna suggest some things for the boosters, because I am a booster, and I do help with some of the socials and other things, and we're gonna be working on stuff. Yo, we gotta get information out earlier, man. Like there's the booster kickoff coming soon, and a little baby, I like her. She's putting skin in the game. She is. She's also a member of the National Alumni Association, so she's showing up to the booster meetings. She's a member of the NAA. I'm just saying, she got some skin in the game. Like, I don't care if y'all like her or not. Some days she ain't my favorite person. I'm sure I'm not her favorite person. But at the same point, I'm supporting her. I want her to win. Like that, because when she wins, FAMU wins. Like, and that's all that really freaking matters to me. Like, you can crack jokes and say what you want, but at the end of the day, it's FAMU forward. Like, if you're not pushing FAMU forward, you're holding us back. And that's my thing. That I'm with that. And so I'm 10 toes down with making this work. But I'm also 10 toes and 10 hands down for making sure we state what our grievances are. Like, if you don't like something, say something so it can get fixed. Because the worst thing to do is walk past a pile of feces, know it's stinking, and say nothing about it. That's how you get sick. Like, cholera and all these things spread because people don't clean properly. So you either can't clean it or you ignore it. And so for our athletic program and boosters, we got to get better. One, we got to let y'all know stuff is coming up 3 to 4 months ahead of time. Like, the booster kickoff is coming up. It's $450 for a table, $500 for a VIP table. 10 persons per table. You do the math. Tell you right now, I'm not going. Schedule wise, it's in August. School starts back August 2nd. I'm not going to the golf tournament. I'm not going to the booster kickoff. Like, and it's not because I just don't want to be there, but schedule wise, it don't make sense for me. It's not timing wise. It's June now. I already know my schedule for August. That's June, July. You give me less than 3 months. Like, give me a chance to make this an event, but then give me a chance to start planning to be at these events. For instance, later on in August, the Rays are going to be playing doing their FAMU Day. OG mentioned that yesterday. We dropped it in the chat. FAMU Day at the Trop. And I ain't even lie to y'all. I'm trying to be cheap. I got 4. I need 6 more. I got a potential 5th. But FAMU Day at the Trop. Look, because if you get the group tickets, it's 35. If you get the single tickets, it's something different. It's 50. So I can spend $200. I can spend $160. I'm just saying, if you've never been to the Trop, it's not the best baseball stadium. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all about that kind of stuff. Tropicana Field is not the best baseball stadium. It's probably one of the worst. But you're in air conditioning. And that's what I had my wife sold. I was like, she's like, we're going to a baseball game? What's the weather gonna be like? Oh, there's no weather, it's air conditioned. A calm 70 degrees the whole time. She's like, all right, cool, I'm good. Once I said that, we were golden. I honestly think though, like, that's kind of how I had to sell it. But you've given me practically 3 months to see, like, all right, August 17th, do I have something? Like, I'm just trying to check, see if the golf tournament is that same day. And if it is, quietly, hey, I'll be there. But I might cut out a little bit. I don't know. We're going to see. But at the same point, you've given me 3 months to plan and prepare. We need to do that. We need to do a better job of communicating what we're doing. And same thing with the National Alumni Association. We have to do a better job of communicating what we're doing. And some of the things are within us. Like, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm about to share this in a group, in a chat, so in the email. So, and I was asked to. So it's not me like ranting and raving and bitching and moaning. It was like, hey, can you share your ideas? Absolutely. We gotta be able to, one, we should have be out days be kind of regional. Like, if you're up there in Pensacola, hey, everyone in the Panhandle, all the way up to, like, Okaloosa, Walton, all that area, have your be out there. Jacksonville, have the same. But it should be something where regionally you're putting together things and you're working together so that people are traveling to your events. Because some of y'all jokers went up way up to Atlanta for Searsucker. I know some of y'all because I'm related to some of you. And you had fun. I'm not knocking you for having fun. I'm actually celebrating you because you know that event's going to be fire. You know that event's going to be well planned. You know it's going to be something to be seen at. You have a good time. That's the kind of planning we need going forward. We need to know 3 to 6 months ahead, this event's coming and it's going to be fun. Like, look, Will Davis. Look, I don't support them people no more, but pull up the HBCU United on the Braves. The MEAC SWAC Challenge the next. Hello, somebody. Somebody understands marketing. Like, these people are already coming here for this Celebration Bowl. Let's have an HBCU night. It makes sense. Like, it's not rocket science. Like, certain sports, this is why I say this with the basketball team. And the baseball team should do the same, which they kind of do. Get your regional games going. Hey, give me games against JU, UNF, South Florida, UCF. Keep them games coming. But then when you have those games, you should have your alumni come out and take over. Have a section that they take over. But do it for winnable games. Like the University of Miami, I ain't trying to sell no buttload of tickets. I'm sorry. If you go to that game, you go to that game. But you know what? I'm not trying to go to that game to watch us get blown out. That's a 3.5 hour ride. And I've been to the Dolphin Stadium before. So it's not like there's no nostalgia. It's not the Orange Bowl. It's not da da da. I've been to Hard Rock Stadium a couple times. Like, I might go, might not. But that's just because it's not that bad of a ride. Whereas, yo, we playing USF again? Shoot. That game was actually kind of close. I might go again for that. Oh, FAMU baseball's playing UCF, USF. Cool. We got a fighting chance. I just saw what they did against UF. Like, we got to make sure that as an athletic program, we're scheduling games that are winnable, but some games that are regional that our fans want to go to. Like, continue to play games in Houston. Because guess what? Did y'all see what the Houston alumni did the other year? Like, when they were at Texas Southern, oh, they showed out. I mean, I ain't saying you're supposed to play 5 slamma jamma over there at University of Houston, but get you some games in some of them cities. Go to Atlanta. And, I mean, try to see if you can catch Tech. They're not good every year. Matter of fact, play Georgia State. Like, get your 5, 6 tail whippings. Get your 6 tail whippings so you can get your 600K. But after that, play games in markets where your alumni are, if possible, and that we kind of want to support. Because, not gonna lie to you, FAMU plays UCF football. I can go, I can not go. Especially if it's a day game. No way in hell I want to see that. Man, please. That stadium, it's an oven. Like, I'm sorry. There's one of the worst things in life is whatever the bounce house is called now in a midday football game. You were literally baking. Like, I'm not here for that. But give me a Kennesaw State. They're actually pretty good in most sports. Like, get your Atlanta alumni to come out, have an event, have a place where they can go meet in the Kennesaw area that gives you a little break food wise. Hey, certain percent of the proceeds go back to the FAMU Alumni Association in Georgia or in Atlanta. Then you go back, you get that money back to the alumni. I mean, to the program. Like, buy group tickets. Like Troy, great example. Look, can we get a block? I mean, it's not the closest ride to Tallahassee, but can you get a seating block? Hell, if you're from Tallahassee, you get a bus up there, and then use some of those funds to go back to the alumni association, to the program. Like, just have some of these ideas because it would be fun. Like, that thing feels like an air fryer. Look, that thing is hot. I went to that spring game the other year. I've never drank so much water at a football game. And it was just like, it was needed. It wasn't even like, oh, I'm just trying to be cute, trying to cut down on my sugars. No, I was like, bro, I'm dying. Water. Like, it was too hot. Like, I'm not doing that. But that's the kind of thinking we need. Like, and from the groups, we need for them to, one, and I like how President Johnson said, some of the groups need to stay in their freaking lane. Athletics, that's for the boosters. Academics and other stuff in AA. But have your athletics and other events that you want to go support those, make them fundraisers, and make them events where we're showing up. But then also, especially if it's an event kind of like how the UCF game was, go back and see, if not for COVID, what UCF was trying to do with FAMU. Oh, they tried to bring y'all back because that game was practically a sellout on a Thursday night. Like, FAMU alumni, there were several thousand FAMU alumni at that game. Like, they enjoyed having us there. Like, and the band didn't come. They sitting over there like, man, if the band came, oh my gosh, the stadium would be packed. Like, and they weren't wrong. Like, real talk, UCF wanted y'all back. Like, and if we're being honest, I wouldn't be surprised if USF doesn't come calling again. Like, but you got to give us those things. And as the support organizations, we have to make sure that we're taking advantage of those. Like, okay, everybody not in the track. I get that. I didn't go to the FAMU track meet at UCF. It's long as hell. Y'all been to, when last time you went to a track meet? Track meet, that's like several days to watch a couple events. Like, nah, you need to organize that up. Tell me what events we running in, what time they're gonna be there. I'll show up for that, and I might run back to the crib, support the kids, get out this heat. Basketball, baseball, you know what it is when you got there. And just like how we did in Orlando, get a section. Hey, these are the section of tickets that we're getting. We're getting this many. We're sitting together. We're going to take a picture after the game. We're going to eat together before the game and have some fun. Make it something to where you create raucous events and you create a fan base that follows the athletic program to these different areas for the sole purpose of having fun, socializing, and supporting the university in athletics. Because if you do that as a habit, these schools are going to want you to come back. They're going to want to schedule you, and they're going to eventually cut deals with you because it makes more sense for me, especially if I'm a UNF, Jacksonville. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't trying to go to Stetson. I ain't trying to go to D-Land. Nothing wrong. Been to D-Land, beautiful city. I just don't like driving from D-Land at night. I'm sorry. Never mind. I almost said something. I ain't about that life. But those type of schools, you don't think you show up at JU with FAMU's crowd, with FAMU's alumni association in Jacksonville, supporting the team in a game that you actually have a shot in hell of winning, and God forbid you win the game, dude, all of a sudden you helping everybody wins except for JU in that case. Like, their athletic program wins because all of a sudden you threw a couple of extra 100 people that wouldn't normally show up in the stands. The athletic program wins because you got a winnable game, and the alumni and supporters win because they got to watch the team, they got to come support, and it was something that was feasible. I would go to Jacksonville. Playing that, look, I ain't gonna lie. The LES dude, I was gonna go to Jacksonville for that. I had something come up. Well, I told y'all, AC went out. The washing machine don't get fixed tomorrow. Like, I'm sitting on the last ones, like, bruh, like, we had to go to the wash house. But yeah, like, if the car AC would have went out and he had been up there, well, either way, I had planned to go for something else. But just being real with y'all, like, you kind of gotta start to placate your fan base. You can't just be getting your tail beat every day. Like, every game in basketball shouldn't be a butt whooping. Every game in baseball that's outside of swag isn't a butt whooping. But at the same point, get to the point where you're playing to some of the fans so that the alumni groups and support organizations can continue to support, continue to be there, and create those lasting memories and recruiting opportunities that make people continue to want to come to FAMU, but then make FAMU the first choice. So, those are my thoughts. But look, Sunday, we're going to get some more information about the booster stuff, and we're going to see what else we got out there. Again, I'm working on see if my guests come in next week. I'm going to hit him up and text him and see if he's ready. Looks, be ready. Be on standby, Gerald. Talk about FAMU athletics, especially before the 4th of July, because I know you're probably trying to get to the family. Because, look, if you haven't been checking Gerald Thomas out, that brother's been dropping heat every other day at a time when it's a little cold on these FAMU athletic streets. So, look, y'all, for Herb Sue and the Black Techies, though, man, look, I'll see y'all Sunday night. We are not strolling. Stroll practice is done. We had the Kappa Casino. Thank you for all those who supported. Got a golf tournament coming up soon, man. So if you are in the Central Florida area, be prepared. Might see your favorite podcaster out there. And y'all already know what's up. It's always going to be Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal.
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!